Back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. So by the time you can see that, we're going to show you how I do these beautiful, beautiful small knotless braids. And if you've come and clicked on this video, you are not for faint of heart, okay? Because if you're choosing to do small knotless braids, yeah, you're a strong soldier. You're definitely a strong soldier. So my hairstyle previous to this was like just straight backs with the wig, and I washed my hair with these braids in, with my straight back braids in. I can show you guys how I did that if you guys want. Personally, my hair doesn't need to be like stripped, super duper stripped of like its nutrients and all of that stuff. Like my hair really does thrive when it's like low-key dirty. And by dirty I mean like hair loves its like own natural oils. And what I'm doing right now is just taking the braids out, and then I'm putting this hydrotherapy, and then I'm literally just blow drying this, like the next section. And the reason why I kept it in the braids is because my hair tends to tangle sometimes. As it's gotten longer, it tangles up a bit. And you know what, I'm honestly gonna braid this. Or low-key, this looks like such a good braid out right now. Imagine. Be gentle with your hair. You're taking your protective styles out. It's very important that you're not pulling your hair out and that you're not being too rough. When I take my protective styles out, I don't really like to use combs. Or if I were using a comb, I would use like the rat tail end of a comb. But I don't like using combs to take down braids. It just adds unnecessary tension. Make sure when you guys are taking out your braids in general, because I know a lot of people usually like part their hair when they wash it in general, or people will just put it in 4 parts, wash it, maybe wash it while it has like 4 jumbo twists. I've seen people do that too, but just be so gentle with your hair. Be so gentle. But yeah, as y'all can see, my scalp too is clean. Okay, that's also part of the reason why I just left it in the braids, is because my scalp sometimes is very hard to get to my scalp, and then by proxy of me trying to get into my scalp, the rest of my hair gets tangled. Before I go in with the blow dryer, I'm just gonna separate this into 2 parts. Go with the unbrush very gently, but you gotta be gentle with your hair. If you want it to be healthy, long, strong, and grow, you gotta be gentle and have patience. Patience is really gonna be the name of the game today. The name of the game. It's truly patience. I need to get another clip. I'm just gonna grab one of these clips. I'm gonna put the tiniest bit, literally the tiniest bit, on my hand, and then just put it in my hair. So you guys can see. Oh, I'm trying to show it. my hair is getting longer. That's so nice. But I want it to grow about like 4 inches, and it's getting there. Like it's definitely. I'm gonna have to back up so y'all can see. I do want my roots to get pretty straight. Y'all, my hair looks so shiny. I do want my roots to get straight, so I'm just gonna dry out my roots really quick because I want my roots to be straight. I don't want to use too much product on my hair. Look at it. It looks so freaking shiny. Don't sleep on your hair's natural oils, man. But how many braids I got left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I put 10 braids in my hair. I didn't realize I did 10. Back. This side is done. This side needs some more. It looks a little smoky in here because when I use the Shark blow dryer, it has a setting where you can use like a hot comb, and the hot comb turns on, and if there's hair in there, it'll just like scissor the hair. So yes, this is the last braid. Okay, yeah, so I'm just gonna put my hair into a bantu, like a bantu knot, kind of like I did over here, and just let my hair sit for a little bit, because after this, when I come back, I'm gonna trim it. I need to air out my room because it is so smoky in here. Crazy smoky. I look like Princess Leia. Gonna blow dry it just one more time. We're going to start to part our hair after we do a little bit of trim. Okay, so I'm gonna trim my hair, and I adjusted the mirror a bit, but I got some tea. First. It was really smoky in here from the blow dryer. So if you guys see that this side is low-key shorter than this side, I cut both of these, but this is where my skunk strap used to be. So the fact that it's grown this long is like so crazy to me. Sometimes I could be a little scissor happy. But if y'all don't want to trim your hair and you want your hair to grow, trim your hair. Just this stuff. I just went past it one more time just to make sure I didn't like mess up my hair when I cut it, and it looks good. So I'm gonna start with the parts. I'm not gonna be staying up all night to braid my hair anymore. That's just not my vibe these days personally. I say that now, but watch, there probably is another day that I'll like just stay up all night. But we're breaking this up. I have to go to the gym after I do these parts, so I'm just gonna like wear a scarf or something. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just section my hair into like 3 sections, the back, the middle, and then the top. I'm gonna be so honest with you guys. Literally, this 3-way mirror for parting is such a game changer. Like, it's such a game changer. On it, and now I'm trying to get the part as straight as possible. The way I like to do these braids, I'm gonna do 3 rows down here instead of 2. And what I mean by those 3 rows is that I'm going to, in the bottom section, add 3 rows into that bottom section. Right now, I'm just being very meticulous and making sure my parting is right, and braiding it up, getting it separating that hair so it doesn't get caught up in any of the other parts. Y'all, you really gotta be patient when doing this. I was getting tired already. I was getting burnt out. I was ready to be done. And I got to the top finally. But y'all, it was taking me forever to get my middle part. And I'm like, this is the most important part of this process. If my middle part isn't right, are the braids even right? But we got it eventually. And I started sectioning off my hair, getting out the way. And we are done. So right now, I want to show you guys how I'm parting my hair. I have a clothesline thing at my house, so that's what I just use to separate my hair. And I know like there's a braiding rack that you can actually get on Amazon and use, but I just used what I had. Okay, so here I wanted to show you guys why it's so important to be patient. So as I was making this part, I noticed the mistake. Like, this part was just way too skinny. It just looked like a line. So I took it out. Like, don't be afraid to take out some of the braids. We're here to look cute, okay? And you can even see with this part specifically, I messed up and I went back in and I made the part straighter again, because beauty is pain, and sometimes the pain is the time that it takes to do this, and your arms hurting in the process, and your legs shivering, and your knees potentially buckling. But it's okay. We're gonna look great. I believe in you. We really do have this. Okay, just take a moment to look at these parts because they look good already. So this video is in real time of me starting this braid, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I do. So I section that little part into 3 parts, and then I begin to braid just my regular hair as so. And I literally just keep braiding it. I just keep braiding it until I get to a point where my hair is already tight and it's down like a few more notches, like maybe close to like ½ an inch. And then how I add in the hair is underneath. So look closely. I put that underneath my pointer finger, and it's underneath the hair, those 2 parts of hair. The best way to get this really good is to make sure when you insert the hair, put it as close as possible to your natural hair. So I'm going to show you guys again. A braid was getting in the way, so sorry about that. So I'm about to add another piece in again. As you guys can see, I put it underneath and I put it close to where the braid was. And the closer you get it to where the braid is, it'll be easier to not have any mess ups, no slip ups, anything. Like, look at how good this looks. It's coming out really nice. So you just gotta keep putting it real close. Just keep putting it real close. I'm gonna keep this braid specifically in real time just so y'all can see and y'all can analyze it and get it down, because I want us all to win. Summertime's coming up, spring is coming up. Spring is basically here. It already is here. And we need to look good, okay? We need to look good. So this is me braiding just the bottom of the hair. So once I got towards the end, I actually did something different that I never did before. I just like kind of tied it at the end. I saw somebody do it and I wanted to try it. I don't know if I like it, but yeah, I had to re-up on the hair. I had to re-up, add some more hair on the rack to finish off this hair, hopefully finish off this head. I just want to let y'all know that even through this process, I've literally had to start and stop braids over and over and over again, like more than you guys have even seen in this video, just because I wanted to make sure it was perfect, just because I wanted to make sure it was right. So be patient. Like, you really have to be patient, because look at how the braids are starting to come out. It looks good. Look at the material. As my grandmama would say, it's been a long journey. I'm getting there. I'm on the sides of my hair. I'm getting closer to my edges. I always feel like this part of my hair in particular is always like the most interesting to part, because I feel like the edges part, I mean, pray for me, y'all. I need my edges to come back. But because of that, because the lack thereof of edge, I find it very hard to like part my hair and find like a good fine line, just because there's a little bit more space. There's a little bit more space there. But we are almost there. We are getting there. It's a long journey, but we are trotting through it. Praise the Lord. Hallelujah. We are at the top. We are at the top. So you guys are gonna see how I've been using the 3-way mirror. I actually highly recommend this 3-way mirror. I got mine from Boots, and I was kind of shocked that they sold them at Boots, but they have them on Amazon. So whatever pieces of braids, I took them off the rack and I just put them on one of the mirrors that I was like looking into at the time, and they were like smaller pieces, and I just would add them in. It was quick and it was easy to grab. So for this last part, I was pinning the parts and the sections in like a zigzag motion almost, just so they wouldn't get tangled up with the part right next to it. And I found that to be super duper helpful with getting like the parts straight and keeping them straight even during the braiding process, because that's the thing, you have to make sure you're sectioning your hair off enough and with like clarity while it's like clear, while it's like free, so once you're braiding up your hair you don't accidentally like pick up like other pieces of hair. And I know, at least for me, like my hair just grows, like my hair just constantly grows, and what I mean by that is like my hair will grow little hairs just randomly, like my hair just keeps growing, it just keeps growing. So I like have long hairs, and then I also have little hairs that are closer to my scalp, and those little hairs that you have can make or break what one of your parts looks like, if that makes sense. And you guys have seen me, I'm looking real close into my hair, looking at my scalp, making sure these parts are nice. Like you just got to keep checking in, especially like, and I mean especially in the front, like you have to keep on checking in, because the front is really the most important part. Obviously you don't want the back looking any kind of way, but like the front is just, it's the most important part. You don't want somebody looking at the top of your head and it's like, oh, that's kind of crazy. Like just make sure the parts in the front, if not anything else, are just super duper nice. Okay y'all, we are on the last braid, the last step, last one. We made it through. So I am cutting my ends here because I actually made these braids a little too long. Like I wasn't even trying to make them this long. Like I wasn't trying to make them this long, like at all whatsoever. But somehow I just kept going. I kept braiding, and we're cutting them, we're trimming them off. So we are getting a little bit of mousse, because even though we just finished these, we gotta make sure we put the mousse on it, and then we gotta wrap our hair up after this, because I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I went straight to bed. I went straight to sleep after this, because this was a multi-day process, even though this is only a 20-minute video for you guys. But your girl was tired. I was real tired, not gonna lie. Yo, I'm tired, my arms are tired, my body hurts, it is exhausted, but the hair is done. The hair is done. So don't talk to me. How you be feeling when your hair is done? It came out decent, and that's truly all that matters. Love you guys. You already know I love you. So, see you in the next video.